Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I welcome everyone to this second day of the Rajavidya Rajaguhya Yoga series. Yesterday we began the ninth chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. We discussed the first shloka of the ninth chapter. Krishna said in the first shloka, Idam tute guhyatamam pravakshyami anasuyave. O Arjuna, I am going to reveal to you this most confidential secret knowledge of Bhakti Yoga because you have no envy. And once you know this supreme secret, supreme spiritual secret, you will be equipped with Gnana, knowledge, and Vijnana, realization of that knowledge. You will understand the greatness of Bhakti and you will also directly realize me. This is Gnana and this is Vijnana. And uh, and thus you will be relieved from all Ashubhat, Moksha se Ashubhat. You will be relieved from all miseries. Now, in the second shloka, Krishna describes 8 characteristics of the knowledge of pure bhakti. Of course, 8 characteristics of bhakti itself. But just the knowledge of bhakti has 8 characteristics. So let's read this shloka. Very interesting shloka. In fact, the title of the chapter, Rajavidya, Rajaguhya Yoga. So this title is present in the second shloka. Rajavidya, Rajaguhyam, Pavitram, idamuttamam. Pratyaksavagamam dharmyam su-sukham kartum Avyayam. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram idamuttamam Pratyaksavagamam dharmyam su-sukham kartum Avyayam. In this shloka, there are 8 parts. Small shloka, but there are 8 characteristics or 8 qualities of bhakti described here. Let's go through every single word of the shloka. Very beautiful shloka. And uh, each word or each phrase reveals one particular characteristic of the knowledge of pure bhakti. First is Rajavidya. So bhakti is considered Rajavidya. Raja means king. Vidya means education. Rajavidya means this knowledge of bhakti is the king of all education. In this material world, we receive so many types of education. Definitely, we need education to live in this world. Uh, Children go to school, they acquire a lot of education, and uh, even in different colleges and universities, so much of education is imparted to the students. To live in this world, to survive in this world, we definitely need education. But to live in the material world, we need material education. But to go beyond the material world, we need spiritual education, right? And the king of all spiritual education is the knowledge of Bhakti Yoga. Even in the spiritual realm, there are multiple paths: Karma path, Jnana path, Dhyana path, Yoga path. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna speaks that there are different yogas. Yoga means to link our consciousness with the Supreme Lord Krishna, right? Karma Yoga means you are trying to link your consciousness to Krishna through your karma, through your prescribed duties, through work. Then Jnana Yoga means trying to connect with God through Jnana, knowledge. And Dhyana Yoga means trying to connect with God through meditation. And finally, Bhakti Yoga means trying to connect your consciousness with the Lord through bhakti, through devotion, through loving service. Of all these 4 types of yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga is the supreme. Krishna himself established. In fact, Krishna spoke about Bhakti Yoga elaborately in the middle 6 chapters. 7th to 12th, but Krishna spoke about Bhakti Yoga in every chapter of Bhagavad Gita. You can see that. We'll discuss that some other time. Bhakti in all 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. But basically, education is given in material things, that is material education. But education education in the spiritual circles also are of multiple levels. But the highest spiritual education is education in Bhakti Yoga. Therefore, Bhakti Yoga is Rajavidya, the king of all education. It is the essence of all philosophies. It's the essence of all the scriptures. Clear? That's the first characteristic. First is Rajavidya, king of all education or essence of all philosophies. Second is Rajaguhyam. Guhyam means secret. Raja means king. Means Bhakti is the king of all secrets because it reveals about the eternal activities of the soul. In this material world, this conditioned soul, materialistic people perform so many activities. But what a pure spirit soul does in the spiritual world, in the association of Krishna, is very confidential to people in this world. Because this Bhakti Yoga reveals or enables us to enter the eternal realm of the Supreme Lord and engage in the eternal activities of the soul. This Bhakti Yoga, knowledge of Bhakti Yoga is called King of all secrets because this is not accessible to people. But however, it's not exactly a secret. It is not secret because Krishna wants to keep it secret. Whether Krishna or the devotees of Krishna, they both don't want to keep this knowledge of bhakti hidden. They want to reveal it to everyone. That's why they're writing so many books. When Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita, then Bhagavad Gita is not meant only to Arjuna, it's meant to the whole world. So Krishna doesn't want to keep it secret. He's not hiding the knowledge of Bhakti Yoga, but it remains secret because not many people are accessing it, applying it, understanding it, or internalizing it. Because we are not taking interest in the knowledge of bhakti remains secret. But from Krishna's perspective, he openly wants to distribute this knowledge to everyone. But we are not receptive. Krishna's devotees also are striving so hard to distribute this knowledge to everyone, but not many people are accessing it, are interested in it. They're interested in material education. They are not interested in Rajavidya. They are not interested in Rajaguhya. They want other guhyas, other kinds of mundane gossip they want and mundane education they want, right? And how to acquire money. Of course, that's required. To live in this material world, you need to have some education, material education, but we need to also develop education to transcend this material world. Not many are showing interest in it. Therefore, it remains Rajaguhyam, secret. That's the second characteristic. First is Rajavidya, second is Rajaguhyam. Third is Pavitram. Pavitra means pure. And one more thing. Krishna spoke that this is confidential in the previous sloka also. In the first sloka, what did Krishna say? Idam tute guhyatamam. Guhyatama means king of all secrets. Now he says Rajaguhyam, king of all secrets. Guhyatama means most secret knowledge. There, Krishna used the superlative word tama, guhyatama. Here he used the word Raja, Rajaguhyam, Guhyatamam. Guhya is common. Basically, bhakti is kept secret. It's not kept secret. Bhakti remains secret to people who don't want to access it. But that bhakti is revealed to people who are interested in it. Right? Now let's go to the third quality. Third quality is Pavitram, purest of all. It means this knowledge of Bhakti Yoga is Pavitram, is simply pure. Krishna is pure, the soul is pure, and the process of bhakti which connects Krishna and the soul is also pure. It's the purest of all paths. Karma, Gnana, Dhyana, Bhakti. There are other austerities, vratas, rituals, so many things are there in the Vedic landscape, but the purest of all the paths is Bhakti Yoga, right? So purifies all of us from material contamination. So we'll be relieved from all material contamination to the degree we practice Bhakti Yoga. Whether we Bhakti involves so many things. Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnoha Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. There are 9 paths of Bhakti. Each path of Bhakti, each way of Bhakti, each limb of Bhakti is meant to purify us. For example, you are hearing Krishna, hearing Krishna Katha, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Pravishtaha Karnarandhrena, when the pure sound vibration of Srimad Bhagavatam or Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Lila enters the door of the ears, and thus enters into the heart is purified. Means hearing purifies the heart. You chant. For example, you're chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this chanting of Krishna's name, that purifies our heart. Pavitram. You see, Madhuram Madhurebhyopi Mangalebhyopi Mangalam. Pavanam Pavanebhyopi Harer Namaiva Kevalam. That name of Krishna, name of Lord Hari will make us pavan, will completely purify us. So every limb of bhakti is pure and it has the potency to purify our contaminated hearts. Therefore, the third characteristic is pavitram. Now, fourth characteristic is uttamam. Tama means this darkness of this material world, right? Uttama means that which is beyond the darkness, that which is transcendental to the darkness or ignorance of this world. That is Uttama. Uttama is the best or the purest or transcendental to the darkness of ignorance of this world. So, bhakti is not any other path in this world which keeps us in this material world only. Material world itself is dark. We discussed in Purushottam Yoga series, right? Material world is dark. To illuminate this material world, Krishna is arranging sun, moon, fire, etc. But bhakti, bhakti takes us beyond this dark material world, ignorant material world, to the most bright spiritual world. Therefore, it is called Uttama. So, Uttama means that which takes you beyond this tamas, beyond this material ignorance, material darkness. So, we can elaborate more, but I'll go to the next one. Fifth point, Pratyaksavagamam. Pratyaksha means direct. Pratyaksavagamam means bhakti gives us direct experience of the self by realization. We'll directly realize the Lord and realize ourselves. Realizing ourselves means to know that we are spiritual beings. We are servants of Krishna. And realizing the Lord means understanding Krishna as everything. Krishna is everything. And I am his Amsha. I am his Sevak. I am his servant. So that is the ultimate spiritual realization. And we'll directly attain this realization through bhakti. Therefore, the fifth characteristic is Pratyaksavagamam, gives us direct experience of the self and of the supreme self also. We'll get self realization, we'll get Bhagavan realization also through the path of bhakti. That's why Pratyaksavagamam. Next, Dharmyam. Sixth characteristic is Dharmyam. As all of us know, Dharma has multiple meanings, but the supreme Dharma, Savai Pumsam Paro Dharmo, is Yato Bhakti Radhokshaje. The supreme Dharma is service, service to the Supreme Lord. Now, Dharma is understood in multiple ways. I think we discussed somewhere in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita in one of our previous sessions. Dharma, some people understand Dharma is Varna Dharma or Ashrama Dharma or Dana Dharma, Stri Dharma, Raja Dharma or Kutumba Dharma, Udyoga Dharma. When you're living in a country, following the protocols and policies set by the state government is Dharma. So Dharma is understood at multiple levels. Dharma is also understood as set of virtues, morals, ethics, principles, protocols, rules, regulations, prescriptions, prohibitions. All this will come under the umbrella of Dharma. But ultimate definition of Dharma is the natural and intrinsic characteristic of a thing or a living being. Because when you say rules are Dharma, rules can change. When you say following the rules of your Varna is your Dharma, Varna can change, ashram can change, nationality can change, company can change, body can change. So a boy in this material, boy in this life can become a girl in the next life, right? An Indian in this life can become American in the next life or in the same life. So there are temporary dharmas, but there is a permanent dharma. What is the permanent, eternal dharma of every single soul? Bhakti. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhakti radhokshade. Paro dharma is bhakti unto the Supreme Lord. So the sixth characteristic is Dharmyam. It's the perfection of Dharma, which is service to the Supreme Lord. That is Dharmyam. Perfection. So we completed six characteristics. Seventh is Su-sukham kartum. Sukham means joy, happiness. Su-sukham means extreme happiness. Kartum means to perform. So bhakti is very joyfully performed, very easily performed. Even small children also can do it. See, Dhruva Maharaj is a small child, 5-year-old boy. Narada Muni prescribed bhakti to him. Prahalad is a small boy, little child. He performed bhakti. Parikshit, when he was a small child, he also performed bhakti. Prabhupada, when he was 5-year-old boy, he conducted Jagannath Rath Yatra. You see, so even children also can perform bhakti. They can sing, they can dance, they can take prasadam, they can distribute prasadam, they can worship the Lord, they can offer patram pushpam phalam toyam to the Lord. So bhakti is joyfully performed. There is no difficulty in performing bhakti. Studying elaborate scriptures in a philosophical way, scholarly way may be difficult. Doing elaborate austerities in some forest, that may be difficult. Doing dhyana, meditation for hundreds and thousands of years, that's difficult for everyone. But hearing about Krishna, chanting his names, these are all very, very easy things. Anybody can just pick up a bead bag and say, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. The process is very easy and very joyful, joyfully performed. The last and eighth characteristic is Avyayam. Vyaya means that which can be exhausted or spent, right? Vyaya means expenditure, right? Avyaya means that which is everlasting, eternal, indestructible, beyond the modes. All the credits that you acquire by practicing bhakti are inexhaustible. They are never lost. Neha bhikramana sosti pratyavayo na vidyate svalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Krishna says in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, even little bit of bhakti you perform, the credit of that bhakti is never lost. Right? So, whatever bhakti you perform, the results are eternal, everlasting, indestructible. They will not be destroyed by the passage of time. Mainly because you perform little bhakti, Krishna becomes grateful to you. Krishna remembers it. We may forget, but he doesn't forget. That's why the result of bhakti is everlasting. Because the person who received our bhakti is grateful to us, is kind upon us, is very compassionate upon us. So these are the 8 characteristics of pure bhakti. But we need to have some faith in all these characteristics. What happens if we don't have faith? We'll see tomorrow in the third shloka. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.